Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to be looking at this scenario. We've got a bus lane here on the left, not allowed to use it. What if an ambulance or an emergency service vehicle came up behind? What would you do? Well, this exact situation happened to one of my viewers, and he's a driving instructor. So let's have a look at the clip.
Don't worry, don't go in the bus lane, keep going. You can use the bus lane if he wants, okay? Just keep going. Don't worry. You can't go in the bus lane, okay? Don't worry. Come over after this van. Just towards the van. That's it. That's it. That's it, here. Can't use the bus lane, okay? Now move back over to the right. That's it. Not supposed to go in the bus lane. Yeah. Right? Not your fault. Okay? Ambulance is doing the wrong thing. Ambulance should be using the bus lane. Okay? Gear 2.
So, the vehicle in front, they've just used that bus lane. But what would happen if you went in a bus lane near you? Is there a chance that you would be maybe sent a fixed penalty notice? Well, there is. So the instructor in this clip was absolutely spot on to tell the learner driver to keep out of the bus lane. What was your thoughts on how the emergency service vehicle was sort of following behind? Do you think there was any aggression in that? Well, my viewer did report this to the powers involved. I don't know who they reported it to, but the response was a little disappointing. The investigation found that the case was multifactorial. The manner of the driving from the third-party vehicle was such that their intentions were unclear. MB used audible warning systems to indicate this to the driver. Regardless of the technicality of the bus lane usage, the third-party vehicle had multiple opportunities to stop and allow the ambulance to pass without entering the bus lane. The investigation refutes the accusation that the manner of driving was aggressive, but accepts that an informal reminder to the driver around the use of audible warning systems is appropriate. ECS would like to extend our thanks to the complainant for taking the time to provide us with feedback so that we can learn and continue to drive our standard forward and provide the best possible service to the public, and hope that this report reassures them that a thorough investigation has taken place and that learning will be shared. After chasing things a little further, there was a little more satisfactory response, and there was actually a link to this video. So I'm going to show the video now. It's a few minutes long, but it does show exactly what should go on in this situation.
Police cars, ambulances, fire engines. As drivers, we've probably all experienced situations where the sirens are wailing and the blue lights are flashing. By keeping calm and knowing what to do, we can ensure we stay safe and reduce any unnecessary delays for the emergency vehicle. If you hear a siren or see a blue light, look for somewhere safe to move left and stop. Keep going on the approach to a bend or on the brow of a hill, then pull over when there's a better view ahead. Stay out of bus lanes, keep off curbs and pavements, and don't stop near traffic islands. An emergency driver won't want you to go through a red traffic light. So don't break the law or take any risks by moving past the light. If you're first in the queue at a red light, stay where you are and leave the emergency vehicle to find its way around you. If you're approaching a roundabout or a junction and you see an emergency vehicle, look at its position, as this will let you know where it wants you to go. If you're already at the junction, be patient and wait for it to come past. There may be more than one emergency vehicle approaching the junction, so check before moving off. On a stretch of road with solid white lines, an emergency vehicle will probably switch off its siren as it follows you. This is because the road layout is unsuitable for overtaking, so keep going at the speed limit if it's safe, until you're clear of the solid white lines. When the siren goes on again, that's your cue to let it go past. On motorways and dual carriageways, pull over to the left to allow an emergency vehicle to pass in the outside lane if it's clear. In slow and stationary traffic, emergency vehicles may use the motorway's hard shoulder, so you should only go onto the hard shoulder if you have an emergency of your own. If there is no hard shoulder, with 3 lanes being used, make way for the emergency vehicles by creating an emergency corridor, like this. Stay where you are, as other vehicles are likely to be coming through. On a smart motorway, 1 or more lanes may be closed because of an incident ahead. You'll know because of red X signs above the carriageway. Emergency vehicles will use these lanes if they can. It is illegal to drive in a lane showing a red X, so you should move safely into another lane. If no lanes appear to be closed, be prepared to create an emergency corridor. Rolling roadblocks like this are used where necessary by police and highways authority vehicles if there's an incident ahead. Stay behind these vehicles until they move left and the incident is over. Rest assured they'll get you moving again as soon as it's safe.
So just remember, if you're approached by an emergency service vehicle and there's a bus lane, stay out of it. For me, the emergency service vehicle could have easily used their exemption and used the bus lane quite comfortably. What could you do to maybe encourage that happening? Well, I wasn't sure whether there was any right signal on, but potentially that could have been the case. Keep safe, everyone. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you soon.